Okay, this is going to be a quick video on faux fox tails and how they work in the water, and also the tying sequence. For those that that missed the first couple of videos, we're going to do a quickie making a faux fox tail. First of all, you wrap the wire on the hook on the left hand side, bring it over to the right, take a turn over the wheel, 2 or 3 wraps underneath the shaft. Bring the tray up, lock it in with a pin side, cut off a little excess. I've already prepared some faux fox fibers here by stretching it out. I'll show it to you in a little bit. So we're just add these, making sure that all the fibers stay perpendicular to the wire. The trick about using the faux fox for these streamer brushes is make one single cut and move the fibers gently from left to right. Just take your time, move them out. You need to get them so that they're almost, you can almost see through the paper. Okay, we're going to grab another little hank of these, lay them on top. You can tell these fibers are shorter. You can vary the width of the brush by increasing the length of the fibers. Grab another bunch, gently put them on top of the wire in the trough. A little more. Lay it on top. Now we're going to take some accent flash. This is Angel Fibers fluorescent pink. All I do is pull it off and gently just lace them on top, not a lot. Now we're going to change colors. Again, these are Angel Fibers. This is our bait fish color. Has a little different texture. Again, not a lot, just a little bit, a little accent flash. Straighten your fibers as you go if you need to. It's not really rocket science, just how to figure this out. Okay, now your flash accent material is in place. I like to make sure that this left hand hook's open so I can access it with the wire. So we're going to put our finger right on top of this block here to hold the wire in place. Unwrap it. Bring it completely straight over the other fibers in the trough. Hook the left hand hook and twist it about 4 times. 4 or 5. And cut off the excess wire. Remember always grab the wire because sometimes it wants to sneak back on the spool. Double check your fibers here to make sure they're somewhat centered. What I use is a pair of curved scissors. Just lift this wire up a little bit, move them down a little bit, rearrange them. Okay, now we're ready to go. So we hold the tray with our right hand, hold the pin with our left hand out, still holding the tray. Give it a few twists with the motor. And we drop the tray at the same time. Pay attention to the spring here. You spring on your left hand side. I usually try to go about halfway. This is just a basic pet brush. If you notice the amount of fibers are in there right now, we got it tight enough, you'll see what's going to be left over. pull your wire from the left, from the right to the left, and just pick out the fibers. Just a little bit at a time. You're just tugging at them. You're not really reefing on them, really heavy. Then we hit it again, tighten it up, paying attention to this right here. Do it one more time. I like to spin around occasionally, make sure I get the back side as well as the front side. The more you brush it, better they look. Always holding the wire with your left hand, pulling against the motor pin. Still got some room to go. Couple more twists. Another brush. And we're just about done. Yeah, maybe a little bit more. And if you take a look at the brush, you'll see there's really not a lot of fibers left over, so you haven't really lost a lot. This also makes really good dubbing too, for trout flies and little wet flies and whatever. You might want to save it. So now you push in the left-hand pin, unwrap it, take it off the hook, unwrap it, hopefully unwrap it. What I do is I just take the brush, let it drop, because it unspins that way. Cut off the tag end. And there's a faux fox tail. Okay, so now we're going to tie a faux fox fly. It's basically a very simple fly to tie. This hook is a Kamakatsu SL15. It's a size 3/0. Thread is a Euro thread 3/0. Just start right here. We're going to take this brush here, which I made earlier, which is a combination of black and orange, a little bit of bait fish angel fibers. Make a tail. Figure out where I want to be. Yeah, a couple inches long. And we just cut it off right here. Tie this on top of the hook shank. I'll show you another little trick after we get this thing tied. So for a body, I like to make a sparser brush. You can tell how sparse this one is compared to a brush like this. It just makes it easier to wrap. So we're going to do a black and orange tail with a little chartreuse combination. Take the fibers, rip it down like you would a piece of chenille to get to the wire. Tie it in. If you can tie a woolly booger, you can tie one of these. Just wrap forward. Bring your faux tail up. It's just a simple wrap around. Make sure you comb back the fibers as you go. A little bit at a time. You can also change the color scheme. If you want a chartreuse body with a black head or an orange head, or the combinations are completely off the wall, whatever you want to do. I do not recommend putting lead on the hook, and I think I'll say that again as you see later on the flies in the water, because it kills the action of the fly. So let's step this up a little bit, change a few things. So I've gone about 2/3 up. I'm going to change the color of the head, wind that off, wind through, take my scissors, same curved scissors, just going to pick through, fluff it up, figure out where the profile is. And let's put, since we have this orange brush, maybe an orange head on it. Again, same drill. Just cut the section you want, tie it on. Some people would want to add some extra flash to this. I've found that adding extra flash kind of kills the action of the fly. So I just go with what's easy. Just take your time. Bring it out. Try to pack it a little bit. Okay, that looks good. Trust me, you can pull on these brushes because it's stainless steel wire. You're not going to break them by any means. Push it up, back. Finish up the head. Do a simple whip finish. So now we're going to apply the eyes. A guide friend of mine in New Orleans this year told me about Fletch-Tite. It's an old-fashioned fletching cement we used to use on arrows. It's absolutely wonderful for attaching eyes to flies. It's fast, it's quick, and it appears to be extremely durable. Simply, just take a dab of that. Grab your eye. Lay on top of the glue. I'm going to use these curved scissors again. Straight scissors work too. Instead of using my thumb, I just use the scissors. Push it down. Flip it over. Make sure you clean off the excess. A little dab. Grab your eye. Just gently put it there. Take your scissors, push it down. If you notice, I got a little glue here. So before it gets gobby, I just come in here and cut it off real quick. And there's your final fly. I forgot to tell you about the quick tip as far as on the tails. What I do before I tie the tail in is I get the tail material, stroke it back so I can grab just the fibers themselves and the wire. And then I'll go ahead and burn the end of it, which will go ahead and seal the fibers and the wire 90% of the time, so you don't have to use any crazy glue for the tail section, and they won't fall apart that way as well.